Welcome back to All Things ETH. My name is Aaron, and on this channel we discuss all things Ethereum. Just a heads up, I am not a financial advisor, so please don't take this as financial advice. I am here to entertain and educate. We talk about projects, play to earn, NFTs, and price, all on the Ethereum network. So let's dive right in, guys. I don't have a ton of time today, but I did want to update. Got about 20 minutes before I need to run off to my next gig. I've got I'm helping out with a food bank today, which is a lot of fun. Beautiful day outside here in central Iowa, and just want to say, hope it's great there weather for you too. Anyway, what I want to talk about today is just kind of where I've been investing and give you an update on things that I've learned over the last couple days, over the weekend, some of the research I've been doing. Not too focused today, but I do want to talk about Oxy Infinity and the liquidity pools, talk about price on the Oxy Infinity network. I'm going to look at the ETH price. We set all-time highs over the weekend, which is fantastic again, guys. I do think we're going to see continued growth throughout the next couple months, maybe a dip. You know, some people are calling a dip back down to like $3,500. I don't see that happening, but again, I haven't been through a bull market before personally, so I'm just listening to all of my research. You know, Chico Crypto, shout out to him. BitBoy obviously is a big one. A bunch of guys out there telling me you know, what to look for, and I'm trying to follow them. So I'm doing the same for you here, guys. Every 2 to 3, 4 times a week, I hope to be able to update you on what I'm learning, and I hope that you are learning too. So let's dive into some charts. The ETH chart is looking phenomenal. Gosh, all-time highs again today. We did hit 4,800. It looks like really quickly, or really close to it. Yep, 4,792 is the top today. I wouldn't be surprised if we do eclipse $4,800 by the end of the day. We're up 3.44%. Bitcoin is up as well, approaching all-time high territory. Is down from its top this morning, but you know what I would probably look out for here if you're into Bitcoin is either a bounce at 40 or 65,000, which is the Fib retracement level, or this golden box here. This golden box is what I've gotten from one of my favorite YouTubers, Satoshi Stacker. If you don't follow him, he's huge on Bitcoin, but also does some really good TA on Ethereum as well. Like I said, ETH is just continuing to go up here. It is touching this top side of the channel that it's been trading in here, guys. So I would be, you know, I would look for this to maybe bounce off at 48 a little bit higher before it corrects back down. It could correct to, you know, 45 on this yellow line here. Wouldn't be surprised. That's kind of the channel it's been bouncing in throughout the last essentially a month, I think. Yeah, we started around October 2nd, and we're obviously past that now at November 8th today. But watch for it to bounce here and then come back down. I don't expect, unless we see a major push from Bitcoin. In fact, if we see a major push from Bitcoin, we'll likely see a little bit of sideways movement on Ethereum as people take profit there and then dump it back into Ethereum. Also, it's you know, from what I'm hearing out there, guys, it's alt season, and some people include ETH in that and some people don't. So be careful what you're listening to out there. I don't necessarily think that Ethereum is an altcoin as is everything else right now. However, it is continuing to trade upwards. So I think it's probably the most safe asset outside of Bitcoin in the cryptocurrency world, obviously. But you know, I do think it could eclipse Bitcoin by the end of this cycle, and maybe even stay there somewhere when we hit the merge. So be on the lookout for that. The Bitcoin to USD, where's my chart here? ETH to BTC rather. We are seeing you know, ETH stay above 7% of the Bitcoin price, which is good. I would like to see that at least eclipse all-time highs here we had some all-time highs all the way back here at just over 8% of the Bitcoin price. And I believe that's the first time we hit all-time highs for ETH as well, about $4,400. Obviously, we're above that now, but Bitcoin is also above where it was on that day. So May 15th this summer, Bitcoin had already started heading back down towards 30,000. I think it was roughly at 40 to 45 when ETH did dominate the couple weeks after I think it was 27 days. Correct me if I'm wrong. That was the Richard Hart prediction. He was spot on with that on the ETH pump after BTC fell, but we will likely see that again at some point. Whenever Bitcoin hits its peak and starts heading down, we'll see a small correction, but watch for Bitcoin to do a dead cat bounce shortly after its blow off top, and that's when you'll see ETH rise like crazy along with all other altcoins. Real quick, look at other things Oxy Infinity related. The Oxy Infinity token AXS is in this rising triangle. I do expect to break out here to new all-time highs. We've hit all-time highs several times along this line here at $164, $165 is the total top here, and we just continue to bounce off of this level. So but we're not making lower lows, we keep making higher lows, so I do expect us to continue up as more people invest and stake their Oxy Infinity tokens. I'm currently staking. If you haven't watched my channel before, I am a big investor in the Oxy Infinity marketplace. It might not look like it based on what you see here, but this is what I'm showing you. And so got a couple AXS, have been staking them. I've made 0.3 AXS in the last, I think it's been a month, maybe a month and a half since I started that. Look over here at the new Katana. It's the Ronin DEX. The Ronin chain is the side chain that Oxy Infinity uses as a part of their ecosystem, but it is based on Ethereum. All Ronin tokens are ERC20s, so the AXS token is an ERC20, and so is the SLP. So last week, at the end of the week, I showed you what I'm doing with the Ronin DEX open. I swapped a couple of about, was it 1,200 or so SLP into wrapped ETH so that I could pool. Took them over to the pool, added liquidity, took my wrapped ETH and some SLP and added to the pool, and then went over the farm tab, and when I hit this one, which was the pair that I had chosen, it gave me the opportunity to stake my liquidity pool tokens. And so far over the weekend, I've made 0.8 RON, or wrapped RON actually currently. So yet to see what RON is going to look like as far as price goes. They haven't updated the total value, the TVL here, in either of the pools. I'll look forward to that. I'm sure that'll come soon. I have heard through some of the people that I've been watching that I did choose the better of the two options as far as the staking rewards go. Some people are saying that they're making 10% or more RON per day in the SLP to wrapped ETH pool versus the AXS to wrapped ETH pool. So if you are not yet started, I would suggest you start with some SLP to wrapped ETH, just from an early adopter perspective. We're going to see more rewards currently in the SLP to wrapped ETH pool, so that's likely to change from time to time, but right now we're seeing more value come out of the farming in that pool. So haven't looked at the analytics tab since Friday. I suggest you jump into that. Got some good amounts of liquidity here for all the tokens. It's amazing how much value is being cash flowed. Is that a word? All the cash flow that gets through really the crypto flow, if you will, through the Ronin DEX and the Ronin chain in general. Oxy Infinity is on fire, guys. As far as the marketplace goes, we're actually starting to see new highs on the floor axes. I think 0.03 is now the floor again. We did see, yeah, so we're seeing a couple of these under 0.3, but the auctions are over. So we're likely in the 0.03 bottom as far as your floor axes go. So, and with the price of ETH going up, it actually puts us at almost 150 bucks per axie, which I bought my original axes at about $300, just shy of that. 280 I think is what my average was for my first team of 3. I purchased axes for as low as $150, so and some good ones at that. So it's good to see the price of axes regulating now that the DEX is open. I do expect a good amount of scholars to start taking their earnings, changing them into wrapped ETH, and being able to start their own teams, which I think is super healthy for those scholars out there who have been able to save their SLP rather than turn it in to cash, to buy daily goods. But I do hope to see some of you out there. You deserve it. You deserve to make all of your SLP and not have to split it with your manager. I am a manager of scholars. I appreciate my scholars very much, and I try to reward them the best I can, and I look forward to paying them out their SLP. But I do hope that all of you out there who are scholars get a chance to purchase your own axes, even if it takes 3, 4, 5, 6 months. If you can save your axes up and start making your own SLP, you'll feel a lot more ownership in this, and I just encourage you to try to do that if you can out there. Just my 2 cents. So an update on PREsearch. If you haven't seen my PREsearch video, check that out. I'll link that in the comments below. I have had a couple of you start the referral program. Thank you so much for doing that. You do have to stay active for at least 30 days for me to get the rewards on that. I'm not telling you have to, I just appreciate if you do. Check that out. PREsearch is a decentralized search engine similar to Google, similar to Bing, or Safari has had its own in the past. I think right now Google and Bing are obviously the top 2. I think Safari actually uses Google inside of theirs right now, but you can use an extension inside of Chrome and inside of the Brave browser to use PREsearch as your default search. And with that, if you start an account and use my referral link in the comments or in the description, you automatically get 25 pre, which is the price of pre actually jumped last night to about 30 cents from when I bought it at 24 cents. I think it's hovering right now at about 25 cents, which is great to see it, making higher lows essentially. But higher highs, it was on, let's look at that chart real quick actually. Yeah, so we're starting to see pre was making lower lows and lower highs for the last about a month now, and so it's actually turned the corner, and we're starting to see it head in the opposite direction, especially with this alt season coming up, guys. I do believe we could see a 48 to 50 cent pre again very soon. Pre's making some great gains. I mean, gosh, it was at 4 cents back in August and has really done an upswing since then, coming back to structure lows here back just last week, but we are headed in the right direction, I think, as far as things go. So keep an eye on that if you're into pre. I have staked 2,000 pre into 2 separate nodes, and I'm starting to farm those rewards, guys. So I'm up to let's see, I'm gonna refresh this to see where we're at. 18 pre is how much I've made in about a week of staking pre in 2 different nodes. Now I am using a VPS, virtual private servers, to host both of the applications there. They do not need to be robust servers whatsoever. go ahead and check my link into the description to get started if you would like to purchase some pre with your Ethereum or with your credit card or what have you, and get started staking some pre. I do think this is going to be, like I said in the when we're looking at the charts, I do think we could see a 50-cent pre, so a double up from where we're currently at 25 cents. And staking is going to give you rewards. And if you're a marketer, actually, like myself, you can, and if you have any affiliate programs, you can actually stake pre as well as keywords in the search, and it looks just like an ad like you would see in Google. So whoever stakes the most on top of a keyword gets to put an ad out there for that keyword. Now, you don't make pre as a part of that staking, but you do make any affiliate, money that you have to that link. So it's something to think about there. But if you're just looking for a private way to search, guys, you can put your you can put Safari in incognito or private mode, right? Or your Google in incognito mode, and Google still knows what you're doing. They just don't sell that information apparently, or they don't save that information, at least not on your phone. So I do recommend, giving a little bit more control back to you and less to the corporations, in the fact that PREsearch it's not only decentralized, guys, but check them out on YouTube. Their CEO is all about privacy, and I really love that about what Pre is doing. If you get a VPN and Pre on top of it, and I just think you're in a much better spot to not share all your information, to not let people profit off of your free data, essentially, right? So check those out. I would love it if you use my affiliate links to get started. If not, do what you can out there to check out Pre. If you're interested, there is, if you want to set up a VPS, I do have a link to VULTR.com, and there's a great link to a guy who runs you through the entire process of setting up a Pre node in the description as well. So thanks for watching, guys. I think that's all I got today. Let me know about other ERC20 tokens you'd like to hear about in the comments. And if you like coffee and crypto, go over to Friedrichs.com, FriedrichsCoffee.com rather, and let me just show you what that looks like real quick. FriedrichsCoffee.com is a local to me coffee roaster, and they make fantastic coffee, guys. If you click on the shop now under the monthly specials, they show you the monthly specials. This Honduras limited reserve is my favorite coffee I've ever had, especially in like a Chemex or a drip format. If you have an AeroPress or a or even a mocha pod or something, if you're into fancy coffee especially, guys, I really highly recommend this Honduras. It's fantastic. It's honey processed. So good. But yes, there's some flavored coffees as well as a featured tea. But if you hit the coffee tab, you can see here, guys. Come on. My internet's being slow all of a sudden. I'm gonna let that do its thing. All right, so yeah, tons of coffees to choose from. We've got some decaf, we got some regular, there's this Ethiopia is fantastic, another limited reserve, and then there's this sample pack, which is actually the top 4 origin coffees out here that they offer. And if you choose a 12-ounce bag, guys, you can get whole bean, you can get it ground fine or traditional, depending on your brew method. This package gives you 4 of the 12-ounce bags, and if you type in FREESHIPUSA at checkout, you get $5 off, which covers the cost of shipping to the continental United States. Unfortunately, we do not ship outside of the continental United States, so and I say we because they are a client of mine, just full transparency there, but I would really appreciate any purchase of coffee at their website does help support this channel, guys. So thank you again for watching, and like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more. Have a good one.